Sound check. Test mic. Hello and welcome to the stream. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Hope everyone is enjoying their weekend. And supposedly, I'm planning to stream. I'm not going to stream today, but I have a bit of free time. And supposedly tomorrow I was supposed to do the stream, but I did some checking on the planner that I have created yesterday, and somehow there are some things that I feel like I overthink, that I made some errors and mistake on the leveling on the skeleton rogues, and I missed some stuff on the demolition mages that I'm polishing yesterday, and I'm still trying to figure out the mechanic of the skeleton rogues, and there are some things that I still need to figure out. So that's the reason why I was that I'm doing the stream today, to polish everything and then to correct those some errors that I have made yesterday. So Anyway. So I think first is the demolition mages here. What I have forgot here is the Raven's Rise. The new and updated unique gloves, because this one has a minion cast speed, and plus it has a +2 level to minion spell skills, and then plus necrotic resistance, and then there's also a necrotic resistance here. So that this one will help on the DPS of the build. And this one I forgot this yesterday, so with that then we get now a +2 here, and I think I can place it here and here. We don't need the extra projectiles. And we don't need the traversal skill. And then for the zombies, I think I added the 2 points. I already updated this yesterday. It's just somehow, I don't know why it didn't save yesterday. So I'm thinking, I think I tried to go with this one, so to make them to leap, because I think when we summon the volatile zombies, the zombies are, unless I don't know if there's like a target location. I think when you summon the volatile zombies, the zombies are spawning from the acolyte, and then it runs towards to the enemy. So I think this one will help on for them to jump, I would say, right away to the enemies. I'm thinking if basically movement speed is still okay, but though we can either go with this one, like, so that they can leap more further, right? Instead of moving, they can jump right away. I don't know how far is the 9 meters from us, but anyway, at least they can jump more further, because the goal here is for them to explode right away, for a chance to spawn the vanguards, so that the mages will consume them right away. I think, how much is the cast speed right now? 78. This is good. 78. And then plus on the mages, they have an additional 20 here. I think this is not included. If I remove, say, -2, does it change? No. So this is the general minion cast speed that we're applying to our minions, basically for the casters, which is the mages. So now they have an additional 20 here. So if they go frenzy, now give me a second here. Resources, skills. Oops, why did you do that? Separate view, close, left view. Oh, well, that is nice though. I think this is the skeletons. Give me a second. So if I'm going to do that again, skills, open link in a split view. Okay, at least we can see everything. Skills. Skills is profane. Profane oblation. Okay, that is good. So profane oblation is a hit. The reason why I'm checking if the profane oblation is a hit, because I have this one. Skeletal mages have a chance to gain frenzy for 3 seconds when they hit an enemy. So I would say that this profane oblation is going to trigger the frenzy because this one is a hit, which is a skill of the mages. Close right view. Okay. So now it's there. So I think everything except for this one. Now for this one, I'm thinking, I'm not yet sure if this is really true that the ward retention here on the suffix, somehow it is 50% more than the regular large idol, because the ward retention for the large idol is only 20%, but somehow this one is 30%. So I wonder if this one, the Omen, though this one is a seasonal mechanic, but if this one will stay on the game, this is gonna be good because we can have, like for example, if that is the case, then I guess what we need to find here is elemental resistance. See, with 20% now. Then same thing with this one, we change it to Omen. The thing is this one, 7% health per equipped heretical idol, and we don't have any heretical idol. What can we use for increased health, increased mana, refracted mana per refracted slot, decay threshold per idol? Well, I think this one is okay because we can have a more benefit. I know we need a suffix, but you know what? I think this one is okay. And then we're just gonna change this one. Maybe we'll just assume for more armor. And then suffix, ward decay threshold. Since we're doing ward, so we're gonna do that. in a refracted slot. So we have 2. So that's still working. And what else? What else? Checking the defense, ward retention, reduce damage from critical strikes. So now we're missing that. Okay, then we go back. I think that's... Then... I think this armor is okay. And then where's that armor? Reduced damage taken 7, so that's an additional 14. So that will add here. I mean, we have 2 options, but I think now let's see which one is going to have more output. If I will increase the bonus damage taken instead of armor. If this is, say, T7, for example, T7, then this one is just... Shoot. Where's the armor? 2975, 2975. $3276. I'll do this. 3276. So the increase in armor is much more potent. And plus, if we reach that 50% from the boots and then in the armor, so we have so much reduced damage taken. I mean, if that is the case, then the ward retention should be here instead. I think this one is better. I'm thinking if I can take advantage of the necrotic spell damage here. Because I think they should be fine. 2 and then 2 if we get 2. So that's 4 times 5. So that's plus 20. Necrotic spell damage. Oh! I think this is also wrong. Because I just realized now, I remember, this is also one of the errors that I have realized yesterday. The necrotic spell damage here per skeletal mage, I think this is not necrotic Minion necrotic spell damage. This is an additional necrotic spell damage to us based on the number of the skeletal mage. This might work if we're going to play that the Death Knights using the Hungering Souls, because the Hungering Souls is our skill which being casted by the Death Knights. And see here, this counts all variants of skeletal mages variants from all skill tree such as pyromancers and Death Knights. This will work, but in this case it's not. It's going to be transferred to us. It's not on the minion. The thing is, I don't see anything that would benefit on the prefix here to this build. Health on kill, increase aura of decay, increase damage over time. I'm also thinking about this for the what you call that, for the skeleton rogues though. If we have to increase the aura, of course the larger the aura, we have more, even though we're moving around to evade the damage of the enemy, like the aura of decay will still be able to cover the minions. Ward per second, increase in health. Well, this is the same as, well, I would say this is good because this one has more in terms of the potency. And speaking of our defense, so we have this, right? 7 per heretical idol. Actually, if we're going to use the heretical large idol, this could have that where is that? Increase armor, this one. So basically, we're covered. In terms of defenses from the critical strike, so I think this is okay. You know what I'm thinking here also? This is elemental resistance, right? What if we replace this one? With another ward? Well, unless we have this. At least T6. I think that's the reason why it doesn't allow me to add, because of I don't, oh sorry, of course. Yeah, I know. I know. Probably this one's elemental. Now we are over. What if... Yeah, I think that's fine. At least we have more health. Because from what I have seen with this build, this is already doing pretty well. I was able to push already at around 550 corruption with this one, and it's still doing fine. Okay. I think with regards to the loot filter, how can I do that? Just give me a second. Let's see if I can make this work to make it convenient. Loot filters, open on the split view. My loot filters. Then where's the demolition wage? I think I have already updated this yesterday. Where is the... Yeah, everything here is already been updated, including the gloves. So I have the gloves already here. I'm thinking if I still need to filter the LP1 here. Just say LP1 to 4. Wanted uniques with LP1, wanted uniques with LP2 to 4. Okay. Save. I think this one is... I think this one is already okay. Now, before we forget, save. Let me double check again the skill. Close right window. Skills. I'll add one here. This one. Maybe one more jump. Save. Yeah, defense, everything looks good. And then minion cast speed looks pretty well. 78, then plus 20%, and then when they go frenzy, I would say they could go 100%. So they will cast the Profane Oblation more faster. Okay. So let me move now to the other one. Check. Okay. Looking good. Oh, Abomination. I think I need more here. I need 3 points. This is double strike. Got 2. Think I don't need to worry about him not absorbing the mages, because usually when we summon the Abomination, the skeleton mages are not on our skill tree to be summoned. So when we're only summoning the skeletons, the golem, wraith, and then we have golem on our skill bar. So skeleton, then wraith, then this one is golem, then this one is zombies. So during the summoning, so mages are not included. So even though we're not investing in this one, we should be okay. What we need here is more health, and then the threat generated by the Abomination, so that he will take Basically, he will not taunt, but he will take the what they call an aggro to the enemies. I think for the T8, what is the best? I think if we're going with T8, maybe on the belt, say Necrotic resistance. Yeah, that will be. And then if we, for the corruption, I don't have any because this is by luck. So this is not a guarantee. So whether I put the what is the ideal corruption here? Basically, what we need is, like, say, what is the corruption here? I guess more health, or more necrotic resistance. Oh, because we have the necrotic resistance here, then it's no longer, well, we can have primordial, the hybrid health, and then necrotic resistance is the corrupted. But this one is only 75. It's just, it only adds more. What else that it can add? Can it I know there's no attributes here, so this one exclusive. How about we search the corrupted? Endurance threshold. Endurance threshold added as war decay threshold. Well, this is nice though. This is also nice. That's it for the necrotic resistance. I would like this one. A T7 endurance threshold, but I'm not going to add that because this is not really a guarantee. Okay. Save before I forget. Then let's go now to Skeleton Rogues. It says here, I was reading this yesterday. Where is that? It says on the last sentence, rogues dash to distant enemies, throw shurikens, use melee attacks, and they poison enemies on hit. I was testing this yesterday, and even though I have removed all of the minion chance to do the poison, the rogues is inflicting poison on hit on their own. So if, I think every hit is 1 poison, so if we add more chance on a minion to apply poison on hit, then they will apply more poison ailment stacks. And I was checking this stat sheet right here. So offense, so we have spell, damage, and ailments. This stat sheet is the damage values to the acolyte. When we go to the minion tab, same thing. There's the speeds, critical strike chance and multiplier, spell damage, melee damage, the damage, the different types of damages, and then here is the different kinds of damage also. Then they have an ailments. So what is the difference between these two elements? I was thinking, does the minion has their own ailment damage? Where is the poison damage? If we take a look here, increase poison damage, increase poison damage, increase poison damage, right? If you go to the minion, increased poison damage, but the value of the 405% is coming from, oh sorry, not that one. Am I on the elements? Okay. How much again is the poison damage here? Poison damage, increase ring, amulet, 200 spear, gloves, necromancer bonus. Where is it? Here. Spell poison damage. There's 50. Gloves 85. Why this one is only 212? Base damage, base 28. 20, 50. $90 plus 180, so that's 270, 270, 355, 405, 455. Something is not being added here. The forbidden teachings. More minion damage over time. Now, I've been searching yesterday, and based on what I'm seeing here, that the ailments of the minions have their own damage scaling. So for example, in the case of the poison damage here, which is an ailment being applied by the rogues, so now the minion damage over time here is now being applied to the poison damage, which is the poison ailment. So my assumption is still correct. By adding more vitality, that will increase the damage of the poison ailment that the skeleton rogues are inflicting. And going back, why this lethal concentration spear is important for the build for this poison rogues is that the poison damage is now being transferred to the skeleton rogues at 210 effectiveness. So meaning the damage of the poison damage, what we have on our character stats here, poison damage, not the ailment, poison damage. So we have 1349 increase in spell damage. This 1349 will be multiplied by 210%. So that is now the increase in spell damage. I think this one is on top of the minion damage. So this is an additional increase in damage. So remember that we have multiplicative damage on our skeleton skill tree, coming from, I think, somewhere, is it this one, which I haven't invested fully here. And then there's also on the Aura of Decay, which is being applied to our minions, which is the skeleton rogues. And then with the new individual operator, the more warrior and archer that we have, the more multiplicative damage that the rogues will do. Basically, if we have one rogue with warrior and archer at 4, each rogue is dealing 800. It's like approximately we have an 875 multiplier damage here. And this one without the operator, this is the total damage for our, this is just for one rogue. This is the approximately total multiplier, and this is not yet the final number. There's still more, like the on the skill tree of the skeletons, and plus the forbidden teachings. Though I'm still debating whether warrior and archer here is still good, because what my problem here is the, considering that the rogues are not dying, supposedly we will not have a problem of summoning them. So if I remove the archer and then just do, say, 12, 12, 6, right? This is interesting. Six rogues. Okay. Let me do if this is the case, the rogues are 6 times 6. So the total multiplier approximately 4,050%. This is per rogue. Sorry, a total of 6 rogues. If we split them into 4, so 4,050. The warriors is much more better without the archer. Four warrior plus 4 archer per rogue. Then if I will do split into 6, so basically 6 rogue, 6 warrior. They are overall the 6 rogues they're much more better with warrior only. Okay. Give me a second. Aura of Decay. Applied by the single rogue, that's correct. Applied to single rogue, that's correct. 4 and to 4. This one. $100 times that one, that's correct. Multiplier from Aura of Decay times the total of rogue damage per skeleton warrior or wait a second. The or is, I don't know if I'm overthinking here, is the word or. Are we getting the damage? Well, I would say that it's a mix and match, like a mix of warrior and archer. That it's not like rogue damage per warrior or archer, but I would say it refers to like what, as long as you have either of the warrior and the archer on your summon, the total of that you will get that 100% for each of them. Basically for each of them. So I guess this is correct. This one is no archer, just 6 warrior. And I will just put a note here. Since warriors only along with rogues is better. So with that said, so I need more, at least 3 points here, right? But the thing is, I have already removed, well, I want to remove the archers. %. This is, I think this is much more potent, isn't it? 5 at 60. This one has a melee area of effect, but I'm looking forward for more damage. Yeah, I think this one is better, though. We need now and I would like to also thank E-Wolf yesterday, and based on the build that he shared yesterday, So now it makes sense why he has the Julra here. Because and instead of intelligence and instead of minion damage, why cast speed here is important, because the faster that the minions are attacking, especially the rogues, the faster that they can apply and inflict as many poison ailments as much as possible. Because the way the Jeweler Obsession unique gloves work is that all of the stats here, except for the spell damage, the specifically for the health regen, I would say, or maybe increase in health, but I don't think there's no increase in health there, only health regen and then just flat health. So the increase in attacks, the increase in, well, give me a second here. Is it cast speed or attack? It should be melee attack speed, not cast speed. It should be melee attack speed. And this is also one of the mistakes that I have made yesterday when I did the loot filter for the poison rogues leveling, because I think here this one is okay, but here the affixes, I think I made a mistake here. Let me double check. Increase in health, melee, this one, it should be melee, not bow. Basically the rogues are not using any bow, they are throwing melee minion. Close, right? Let me save this one for a while. Resources, skills. Rogues. Huh? Why they're not here? There. This part is, I don't know which one is true, but let's open the game tag. The game tag, the main game. I feel like that is wrong. I don't see any bow here. It doesn't show any. See this one? Look at the minion tags. They are melee, throwing, area. I think if we remove this one, say, let me, oops, not the special. I think the throwing will disappear. Only melee, attack, and area. Remove 1 point. So no more rogues. See that? It shows bow because I think we're now allowed to summon the archers now. We removed them on our pool. Yep. Archer is here. And makes sense why there's a bow attack here. But I have removed warriors and archer. Does the warriors will appear also? Yeah, except for the rogues. Okay, so that is clear. Now let me remove this. Equip. Where's the rogue? The skeleton. So bow attack, physical, melee, bow attack, and area. Now let's add the summoning rogues, or the skeleton rogues, but removes the warriors and the archers. Skeleton rogues are still melee attackers. Rogues are still melee minions, but they also throw throwing minions because of the Vile Flask. If we equip this one. Okay, if we equip this one. But still, since we remove the archer, the minion tags now change from bow attack to throwing attack, because that is the skill of the skeleton rogues. See, they're melee attackers. Place it here. Bring them back. Put it here. See, they're melee. Then every 5 seconds, see, that's the Vile Flask. Basically, there's only 3 minion additive damage here. Minion melee, minion spell, and minion bow. So the only category that the skeleton rogues are falling is the minion melee damage, not the bow. So I guess that is... see here, I think this tag is wrong, including this one. Summon a primal wolf to guard you and attack your enemies. This is not a wolf. This is a skeleton. Sorry, I think it doesn't show on my screen because the game is covering it. See, there's bow here. So it says here, summon a primal wolf. This is not a wolf. Alright, so I hope this one needs to be corrected. I mean, with that said, Since our summon skeletons are are minion melee and a minion throwing, that is why we're still getting the benefit from the passive tree here that converts all of the minion melee physical damage into a throwing physical. I mean, your minions gain all of their added melee physical damage as added throwing physical damage. I think what's happening here is that the minion melee physical damage... Give me a second. Your minions gain all of their added melee physical damage as added throwing physical damage. I think with the 3-point bonus here, what happens is that all of the added melee physical, specifically say added melee physical, not melee damage, minion melee physical, which will be transferred to as a minion throwing physical. So the minion melee damage here is not being converted as a minion throwing damage because this is not a minion melee damage, unless if we can find that there is a particular item or specifically a particular unique item that has a minion melee physical, then that will be converted, wherein that minion melee physical, I believe it's still being used by the rogue, plus it gets another additive damage as a minion physical throwing damage. That's how I understand with that node. The threshold bonus also affects any generic minion added melee damage, granting it as a minion added throwing physical damage. Okay. The threshold bonus only applies to the stats you grant when summoning minions, not to temporary effects applied to existing minions. So this statement corrected me that it seems like all minion melee damage is now being converted as a throwing physical damage, which is good. Well, that's good to know. Where's another melee? This one. Wow, triple T7. Wow. Probably that's a little bit more realistic. I think the way to go here is to find a lethal concentration with 2 LP, and then if you're lucky to have a T7, and then you have an open suffix that you can add an additional minion melee, then put it on a 2 LP, hoping for a chance that the 2 LP that you're going to farm, so one is going to be guarantee, and then the other one is you're hoping that it will take the minion melee damage. Okay. So going back to the leveling here, so we need to change minion melee should be this one. Save. Hey Aurelian. Okay, let's close this one. That is good, except for strictness. Double check damage type, minion damage, mana. That's correct. Minion should be this one. This one. I think the reason why I invested in that bow, I think when I check also that stats on the build planner here, it shows the bow, but I think it's not a bow. It is a melee throwing. So yeah. I think for the two-handed spear, the one that we need to watch out here is not the poison damage, but the flat damage of either this one or this one. Then this one, affixes, damage type, move this, melee. Then the other three affixes, damage type, poison, mana, melee. No, I think I have the melee already. What is the... Oh, this is wrong. Well, this is still correct because there's two minion melee. Like either one of them would still be okay. Either minion spell or minion bow. This one, now this is the tricky part. Well, this one is still okay. Mana, then I guess this one, we can still go with this. Like either way, it will filter if, I would say if the filter found that there is a minion melee, then the other one, if it has two, then I would say the other one will be either one of these two. So that should be okay. I think that's fine. I think everything looks okay here. Julra. Now, going back, let me close this one for a while. Going back to this Julra. melee attack speed. So we have everything here. So let's go back now to the minion stat sheet. So speaking of, now we solved, now, oh, not yet. I think this one, what we need here is, well, this is the hardest part. Like if we're going to use this one, as much as we're getting the endurance, +1 to acolyte skills, what are the chances that we can get? I think what we need here is the summon to skeleton. Do we have summon to skeleton here? Plus skills. The prefix. Level of summoning. No, not summoning mage. Oh, only mage here? Oh. Okay. Because I need at least 3 more skills. And I guess it makes sense now why E-Wolf yesterday has the there's a couple of different amulets that we can use. There's another one called Nihilis. What's the spelling of that item? Sorry, should be here. Nihilis. +2 level skill, increased mana regen, more armor. This is good. This is good. Current health and ward lost when you evade. This one don't like that much though, but it has more on increase in health and then movement speed. So basically we have better stats here. The other one is the Evolution's End. Minion damage, good. Then we have the chance. Basically we're not really in particular with this one. I think there's also another one that has an additional 2 skills. Omnis. This one. And I think this one was is now updated for season 4. I think it only has +1. Now it has +1 to 2. Then at least we have 2 additional skill levels that we can add on our, specifically for our skeletons. But this will add skill levels across of our skills, though we don't really need most of them, but that's still gonna help. There is another one that we can get them, but if we're going to use the Mantle of the Pale Oak, because I still like the damage redirected to your highest health minion, because of course for survivability reason. Another way is like how E-Wolf also did on his planner yesterday. He uses an exalted item. He sealed the +1 skeletons because you only need even at just T1. All you need is just +1 to maximum skeleton. So it doesn't matter whether it's T5 or T1. T1 is still okay. You get that +1 to maximum skeletons. What if, well, this is, if we're going to apply this on a 2 LP, for example, Pale Ox, one is maximum skeletons, then the other one that we are hoping to land on is the I don't know if it's still here though, the summoning +1 and increased skeleton damage, maximum skeleton. No, not that one. Increased spell damage. Level of summoned skeletons. This one. So even at maybe at T6. Right now it adds +3. Then at least now we can add 3 points here. So now we have that maximize our multiplicative damage here. Because we cannot sacrifice the attack speed here, because we need the attack speed for the skeleton rogues to inflict at as many poison as much as possible. Does it show here how much is our minion poison chance here? Minion poison chance, melee. Only here. But what it didn't count is also coming from this one. How much is the poison chance? $100. Now, with regards yesterday to the newly improved putridity, I'm still thinking whether this is still good or this one. Because technically, the poison damage that we are increasing is only the poison damage of the skeleton rogues. And if you read the text at the bottom, minions leech, it didn't say only rogues. It says minion leech 8% of poison damage as health. The thing is, we want the zombie to die right away to activate the effigy plus the ward from the effect of the ambitions of the erased acolyte. Now, if the volatile zombies is getting health because they're dealing poison damage to the enemy, so it's like they're supposed to die, but they're getting healed. So this is a little bit tricky. That's why I invested on this, so that they will just do vomit, though they have poison chance here. And I believe that's the reason why I removed most of the poison chance here, for them not to really inflict the poison. But now that we have converted them to that one, still they are poison dealer minion. Thus the vanguard is being consumed by what did I miss? This one? Whoops, give me a second. Golem, Wraith, This one is skeletons. This is zombie. Oh, sorry. This is mages. 5, 3. This. You're so slow. Where is the mana region here? Oh, give me a second. Come here, come here. It doesn't consume the vanguards. Hey, stop consuming my zombie. Do we have that? Is it here? That NPC? Is it here? Nope. Yep, I know. Anyway. Yeah, this is what I have observed with the Abomination. If he doesn't have any skills, he keeps on consuming the minions. Like for example, the zombies. See, the zombies are keep on disappearing because he always consumed them. Where are... I'm thinking if I should increase the area of the Aura of Decay from the idols. It's just the Abomination is really durable. Okay, one more. Ow, ow, ow. Ah. Oof! Ew! I think he spawned that big kaboom. Anyway, yeah, that's what I've noticed with this Sealy. I think the first thing that I need to do is to travel and get this skill in order for him to keep on attacking rather than so very busy on consuming it. Anyway, give me a second. I still haven't let's level up the silly abomination. Okay, +6. Destroy both bone spire. Okay, I think let's go. Seven. I think 2 more. I think he's not consuming the vanguards. If we die here, we are in big trouble. Ah! I need my big boy. Let's go, let's go. Where's the health? Attack speed aura for minions. Your abomination can no longer absorb summoned skeletons. Well, the thing is, that's interesting. I think he's not really summoning that vanguards. You carry the Dread Shade, sir. So now he is not constantly consuming because he has a skill. That's what I have noticed about that Seal Abomination, that he keeps on consuming the minions that he used for summoning. But if he has a skill, he will prioritize to use his skill to hit the enemies, especially if we activated the what's called that, the aggressive mode of the minions when we press the key number 2. Oh, I think my the items that I'm wearing, because I just created this yesterday. I recreated this actually, but I'm missing the items that I was using for this build, so I'm missing some important defensive stats. Okay, let's just finish this. Oh, anyway, at least the thing is, the vanguards, they're not being consumed. I thought that Abomination is taking the... I like the Abomination when he swing that necrotic damage. Like, he can really one-shot the entire Crash Mouse. That's what I like about him, especially when he has that what's that skill, the Reaper, when he consumes the when he absorbs the wraiths. Let's try to kill this one. Okay. You stay there. Stay there. Nice. I want to try this one before I continue on. Let's see if we can beat this 493 Oribis. Show them what you got, boys. Ow! Void. Thank you. What is the armor here? 265645. Anyway. So what I have changed is because we need 2 more points to travel on this part. I guess the volatile zombies will apply that poison if we have a minimum of 100 mana, so that's 50. So that's 50 poison chance per second per 2 maximum mana. So maximum mana is 100 without any additional mana at level 100 I think, or 90 something. But we can reach at least 100 mana. So if we have that divided by 2, so that's 50 times 4, so that's 200% per second. On top of this one, maybe it should be here. Have no more leap. Now I'm debating now between that evolution's end or the only thing that we're getting a benefit here. I don't really need those resistances. Attributes, it's still okay. With minion damage, still okay. The pearls of the swine has increase in poison damage, which will be transferred using the lethal concentration. And then there is a vitality plus the attributes also. So that's a total of approximately at maximum of 13 vitality points. The only thing is we don't have plus to skills. But take note, so it's like this, 9 vitality and then plus 4, so that's a total of 13 vitality. 13 vitality times 1%. Per point of your vitality. So that's 13% multiplicative on the minion damage over time, which is the poison. Like in evolution's end, 6 all attributes, so there's only 6. But I think this will be upgraded when this one upgrades with the Reef Beast. I believe this will add, where is that? Is that the primordial affix skills? Increase area for skills. Where can I see that? When you end a Reef Beast line age after reaching a number of evolution, how can I add that? Oh. Why it doesn't show? Oh, view all evolutions. It needs to be a primordial. But this is just a prefix, suffix. This one, +2 to all skills. Basically, that 2 additional skills will increase the damage. If we're going to add the 2 more skills, 2 more skill points to our skeleton, that will have an additional, say, 2 more points. Then that will add 15% per point. So that +2 to all skills on that evolution's end gives a total of 30% multiplier damage, along with the attributes, +6 to attributes, for example, compared to the swine. Even though this poison damage will be converted by the lethal concentration. Another one, I think this only drops to Aberoth. This is also +2 to all skills, but with armor and resistances. The only difference between these two is that it gives more armor. I think this is also good. I tried to fight Aberoth yesterday and I was able to get this one. Annihilis from Aberoth. This is +2. The only thing is all resistances. If we're going to use this one, use current ward. Three more points. If we're not going to use the warrior, then we're going to remove this. Why? Why am I still losing? Oh, because of the armor. I think the reason why I have 26. 2 more points here, and then if I can remove these 2, so we're summoning warriors as well, then we're gonna place it here. This one, the reason why I'm missing 2 for this one, I believe because I don't have that, because I have this +3 to summoning minion damage, but I believe the maximum skeletons is much more important, so we're missing 3. So what is the skill that we need to invest? Sorry, I'm talking about this one. We have +3 here. The reason why our skeleton is at 26. Mine here, I have and then I have +1 to throwing skill minion skills here. If I replace it with this one, then I have +1, and I can add more here. -2 here, 1, and then 1. But we need attack speed here, so these two would be here. And right, oh, give me a second. This is not +15, +12. This is just 12. Okay, sorry about that. It's 12, not 15. The 15 is this one. So this one needs to be prioritized to be maxed out for that more damage multiplier. Let's just say we don't have the lethal concentration yet. So -3. That's 2. We maximize this. And then if you don't have the lethal concentration spear, then -2. I guess we're gonna go like this. So this is the path that we're going to prioritize first. Then start removing. So we are adding here, then archer. So this one first going here, then archer, then going here. 1, 2, this one and this one, then we prioritize maxing this out, going here. Then we start traveling here to add one more, and then this one. Okay. Okay. Nihilus. Well, we have 2 more extra points, probably. More health leech. I think this one. Then poison chance. Poison chance per 1 added necrotic damage. Dread Shade now increases poison damage instead of necrotic damage and converts added necrotic damage from the base skill and this tree to chance to poison on hit. Okay. melee damage. Inflicts enemies are inflicted with multiple stacks of poison when they hit you, but you also gain poison stacks. But basically we're not scaling our poison but to our minion. Aura of Decay has a chance to shred the armor of nearby enemies per second. A percentage of your chance to shred armor on hit also contributes to this chance per second. This is poison resistance in Aura of Decay, increase health regen on deactivate. This one is okay. We need this additional poison resistance in Aura of Decay because we're gonna get a negative poison resistance because of this one. It's like we apply negative poison resistance to the enemies, but it also applies to us. Okie dokie. And I think cold resistance, lightning, spell damage. Do I have that Jewel Rust obsession here? Jewel Raw. I think I do. No. Oh, I have. With one legendary potential. 82 armor, void resistance, spell damage, spell damage. Basically, the only important thing here is the melee attack speed for them to inflict as many poison hits. Okay. The interesting part here is the Dread Shade is just I think because of the additive necrotic damage here when we take this node, so it converts all of the added necrotic damage, I believe only on the skill tree, converts added necrotic damage from the base skill and this tree to chance to poison on hit. So only on the skill tree those additive necrotic, which is this one. So technically we are not getting that additional poison chance from this necrotic melee damage here. Anyway, and speaking of that necrotic melee damage, that's the reason why I like this one, because at least the abomination will also add some additional DPS on our build. Not just he's doing the tank for us, the one who's carrying the Dread Shade for us, for our minions, but also doing some additional DPS because of his big multiplier damage. Now speaking of, so we have minion cooldowns here. Minion cooldown, I don't think I can sacrifice enough the increase in health here in exchange for the area of the Aura of Decay. I think I'm going to lose a lot of, well, how about, yeah, we don't have so much increase in health here. I don't want to risk that. Okay, anyway. So how much is our minion melee attack speed now? Attack speed 70. Gloves, and then Necromancer passive tree, and then the Acolyte skill tree. So that's 70 plus they have also an attack speed here, 28. And on top of that, they have an additional attack speed here. So that's 24, 28. So that's 52. I don't think this is a multiplicative. No. So 52 plus 70. So that's 102 attack speed in total. So that's already like double the damage. Double the attack per second. Now, there's still one more that we can take advantage of, but the thing is, I don't want to lose this one for the minion armor and the vitality. Ward retention. I know we have so many minions here. If we have 13, so 13 plus 14, 3 vanguards, 12 skeletal minions plus 3 vanguards, so that's 15. 16 is abomination. Then there's a chance from 16, where am I? 12 plus 3, 16. There's 6 more if the volatile zombies are alive during the fight. So we have a total of 22. So this will give a total of 220 ward per second, because there's still more attack speed here. How much is our attack speed now? How much is our poison chance? There's also poison chance here to our minions, but the thing is, we need 5 more points just to travel on this one, and 6 more points to really maximize this poison chance and poison damage. This attack speed is also important. This is also important. This is also important for reduction on our this is also important for the vitality, and then I have 15% increase in health here. Summon skeleton poison penetration. This is also good. And then we have the aura of decay here. I'm just thinking that maybe because of the life leech from the lethal concentration, now let's see, the rogues, we shouldn't be worried about their health because of if we manage to invest as many large poison damage, then they're gonna heal through that poison damage. Now that they will have an increase in multiplicative through the new updated rework on the individual operator, maybe we don't need the effigies here. We shouldn't be worried about the abomination as well, because he will keep on healing when he absorbs the volatile zombies. We have more vitality here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I need 6 more points. Basically 7 more points. I can add 1 more point here just to start investing in this one. Now here is the interesting part. Which one should we exchange I like this armor shred chance though. Skeletal Vanguard on kill. I'm thinking mark for death. Mark for death. How they are applying the mark for death? Mark for death is, let's see, skills. Is that an ailment? Okay. Oh, so it's a curse. Okay. Oops. Okay, I think that's okay. Minus 25% to all resistances. Plus 13 to all resistances. Everything. Everything. Okay. So mark for death, minus 25% to all resistances. That includes the poison. But do we still need the mark for death if we have more than negative poison resistance to our enemies? Enemy poison resistance here is minus 15. I think at level 100 the enemies have a total of 100% resistance, though they are capped at 75%, but they have a total of 100% per level, 1% per level, so that's 100%. So if we have everything that we can bring down the resistances of the enemies, I think it's not enough. So we have minus 15 here, and then any enemy poison resistance per intelligence. And since we're investing heavily on the vitality, so we only have a maximum, say maybe, like, I think right now I have 48. So if you have 48, say even at 40, say 40 plus 15, so So it's not enough to really bring down the negative resistance. So that mark for that will help. I think that will help. So if that is the case, no. I accidentally, good thing that I have already saved this one. I accidentally pressed the refresh. I think Nihilus here is good. With more armor. Then we have an additional armor here. This is correct. How's our... Okay, we're good now with the reduced damage taken from critical strikes. I don't think we have heals here for the skeletons. Increase skeletal damage, increase spell damage. Nope. Yeah, we don't have... I think before we can get this Nihilus, we will need the Evolution's End from the Reef Beast. If we're lucky enough to get that +2. Until we can start efficiently killing Aberoth, then we can get this Nihilus. This ambition of an erased acolyte, this is really, we're going to keep on grinding on this relic until we really need, until we will be able to find the right affix, because all of the affixes here will be random. 100% chance we might get maybe 1 or 2, but to have 3, that is gonna be super rare that we have 3 affixes that we need. Oh, well, unless you are super lucky. Oh, I think I removed this one. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1. Now I have 5 plus 2 here for that mark for death. Then additional poison damage and poison chance. I can't remove this one. There you go. Oh, I need one more. Then it's better to be this way. At least we added more vitality. How much is our vitality now? 47. 47, 55, 57, 55. What is the scaling damage of the skeletons? Intelligence gain 4% per point. 4% per point. The vitality, not just it adds poison resistance and life, 3 life per point, 3 health per point. It also adds that 1% multiplier. Stats on this item are doubled for 1 second after using a potion. Increase in armor, mana spent gain a sword, more damage to stunned enemies. Fangs of the Berserker Primordial Belt. Many are also using this one because of the endurance. Additional endurance and then endurance threshold. Plus the additional to vital. The only thing is the maximum health gain as in 10% of max health gained as endurance threshold can stack multiple times when you use a potion. Endurance. We're not really good on stacking the endurance threshold. Hey, why the skill? Five, 4, 1. I think I remember this one and then this. Then save. Now I'm just trying to prefixes and suffixes, minion increase cooldown recovery speed. We're just 16% away to be capped. Then we can take advantage of that. Where's that endurance? This one. Endurance. Endurance. $56. Oh shit, what did I do? So yeah, at least we maximize the endurance. The thing is, would it be better to increase the endurance threshold also? Or that 880 is fine? Is it? What if... Do we have endurance here? But this is... Threshold. Endurance threshold can be applied to the belt. If we have the Nihilis, then we don't need the elemental resistance here. Oh, I can't imagine that we are so full of resistances here now. Maybe we are okay with the fire? Oops, belt. That much only? I think it's better to be, instead of endurance threshold, maybe hybrid health. Then I'll go back with that health. I would go with this one. 4398. This will significantly increase our health. Or health regen. Right, like if we have this 1800 like one hit, like it will go up right away. And then we have the ward. Okay. Look at the resistances here, like poor fire here. Poor fire. Poor fire. Poor fire. I have gold, elemental, Christian armor. I think it should be okay. We should be okay. I would say because he's the only one. Oh shoot, my average is like 37 only. Probably we can add. Okay, let me open. Oh, speaking of blessings, give me a second. I think I found also a mistake here because of these two hollow finger, we have a total of 26% additional physical resistance. Our physical resistance is way too high already. We're more than 50%. So we can replace that physical resistance with more armor. So now our armor is now sitting at 63% at maximum. Although our physical resistance is still bad. It's now bad. Now we have a situation here. Either we need to find the fire. Fire. Fire, and then physical. I think fire and physical. Well, we cannot replace it. So this is the good thing now of the evolution send. Because it has a double resistances. Oh no, it's for minions. Sorry. It's just 15. I would say the Nihilist is still better. Implicit with increased health and then still has the movement speed. And then same with the plus to all skills. And then it has more armor. And then 15% also on the resistances. Dude, this one has a Reef Beast. And again, with the increase in mana here, there's also a benefit with this one because of the new putridity of the volatile zombies. That one is okay. It's just once I remove this one and change this, then I'm losing the physical resistance as well. So this is tough. I have already set the maximum value, and this is just 53, 53 and 63. That is not good. Can I check again the skills? Acid flask. $25 base damage. Does it show here the acid flask on the game guide or not? Think not. The thing is, it doesn't show here what is, well, it's here. So minion physical, I would say minion poison damage, that will scale the acid flask. Added throwing damage applies at 150% effectiveness. Reducing the cooldown, this is still gonna be very good once we maximize the entire minion cooldown here. The thing is, if we have the 23% here, it adds by a bit. Endurance. That is the thing. I wonder if this is still okay though, especially the physical resistance, or this goes down again with oops, adding this one. Where is the physical resistance coming? Oh, this one, right? I think we can also have the fire here. So we're adding 6 and then an additional 6, so that's 12. So we're sitting at a maximum of 75%. I think we need the fire here also. I think this is, let me check am I missing something here? Let me just double check. It's all good. Big guy is also good. Okay, skills are good except for, I think, though I have already invested some of the points on the this one. I think I have 28. I think I have 4 7 3 points. Minion deaths mark nearby enemies. And that includes when the volatile zombies explode. This one is required. 5 here. Maximizing this. Health regen and armor. Yeah, I think this is already, for me, this is already, that's already a good setup. And then the idols as well. I think the blessing, we need the physical resistances here. Armor here. At least we managed to increase our endurance. I would say we'd still be okay with our defenses. Blessings, idols, and take note the armor from the if we have 2 large idols on the refracted slot on that idol altar, will give an additional 512 armor. And based on our increase in armor here, we have a total of 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 20 50 70 68, so that's 138 158 increase in armor. So therefore the additional 512 armor here will be scaled further by 130%. So that will become more than 1000 additional armor here. Okay, so the only thing here is we need fire resistance. So I think with regards to the belt, let's see what are the affixes on the belt. Poison damage. So no more elemental resistance. We can go with health recovery, health regen. Health regen. 4 affix. 4 affix. 1 affix. 1 and 3 affix. Okay. Plus 1 skeleton. Correct. Is it immortal that I really chose? Level 66. This is nice. At level 66, Immortal Regalia Resistances. Okay. Okay. I think that's okay. If you don't have the Mantle of the Pale. Oh, this one. Health regen. It should be... this one. Increase health, increase in health regen. Increase health regen. Plus 3. I double check this again. Equal to 600 spear affixes to... That's correct. That's correct. Or should we go with poison damage? Health regen. I think the reason why I went with health regen because this is quite rare. Plus, sorry, it's a common. Plus, we can just easily place in the poison damage. What we need here is defense. Okay, this is correct. I think I checked one of the condition. Wreck, belt, causing damage, correct. Then gloves, okay, gloves, if I'm going to use now the jewel rust, so I need, okay, where is, can I borrow you for, can I change this to gloves. Cast speed. Oh, sorry, not cast speed. Attack. Speed. Six. Oh no, wait a second. Shoot. This. Or. Now I mess up the amulet. I mess up the amulet. I mess up the amulet. I'm missing the affixes. 30 affix. Add condition. Affix. Select. Health regen. Damage. Poison damage in an area. Minion area. And health. With no condition, just at least one of the affixes. I'm missing something here. Can I save this for a while? I wonder if I still need the T6 and T7 split up. Maybe this one is like this. What the heck? Then why do I have still? Why do I have? No, I think this one is. There. Okay, this. Then going back. Oh, wait a second. Then what is the difference between? Yeah, now what is the difference between these two? All right, because of the obsidian, but probably I'll do. No, wait a second. Wait a second. I think I'm. Where is that? That one. Unique. Basically, I'm gonna borrow the beam of the unique where are you posting rogues? Okay. Seven. 6. I'm thinking if the strictness number 4 will be different, like the unique. Anyway, I think there's a new filter that we'll be seeing on season 4, so we'll check it out. So I think, where am I? Where did I stop? The gloves. The gloves. Let me finish this one first. Unique. P7. Six. Okay, then gloves. This is the, set it up to 7. Then copy. Six. And let's move you here. And you, which one is 6? Okay. Well, oh sorry, melee attack speed. Intelligence, health regen, increase health regen. Okay. Correct. One, two, three. Okay. Now let's update the gloves. Internal gauntlets, health regen. What we're prioritizing here is the melee attack speed. Well, give me a second. This one is correct, but with regards to the gloves, if we don't have the Julra yet, this is for finding the affix that we need to put in once we have the Julra's obsession with a single LP and above. But if we are just having a gloves, I think this one is correct with intelligence, health regen. We're prioritizing health regen for the meantime, and then minion damage. I don't think we have poison damage here. No, but then this is correct. The gloves remains the same. Boots, same. Amulet, we have everything here. This is, I think nothing is changed here except I just added this one. Then for the ring, health regen, health regen. Should we go with poison damage instead? Or we are so fragile? Let me save this one. Ideally, if you don't have the Nihilis, let's just say you don't have this affixes. I already saved this, right? Say you don't have the affixes. Then say you don't have the primordial affix. Say just T5. Same thing with this one. You don't have, say, this. Oops. I would say we have, say, T6 of poison damage. Oh, we're trying to figure out the poison damage, right? Or maybe I'll just keep the poison damage for the meantime so that I don't have to keep on searching it. Say we don't have the Julra. Let's just say let's find the Eternal Gloves. Eternal Gauntlets. Then I guess we have this, and then let's just say we have a crappy, like, let's just say we don't have anything good. Oops. This is our only health regen. Oops, why? So this is the, I would say, realistic, like when you are trying to grind, like this is the where our values are sitting at. So now the question of, for the ring, which one we need to invest. So of course we need more DPS, but I guess with the new, I would assume with the new individual operator, with the little concentration here, say we only have the melee, that one. So where is our poison damage? Poison. 576. Okay, I think we can go with poison damage here. I need to update this if we're going to so now let's refresh. Intelligence, increase poison damage, health regen. I think it's recovery. Health regen. Huh? Sorry, what am I missing? Damage type. Health regen increase. Intelligence, we have the increased poison damage, health regen. I think it's a hybrid. The increase in health regen. Added, and then increase. There you go. Now it's time to correct this one. Attributes, this is that, then we add the increase in health regen. Then we replace this one with poison. I think that these are all correct. Why do you have to? Cover ring or elemental resistance for the strictness number 1. Okay. I still have boom with speed, relic. I think these are also all correct. Health regeneration, more defenses. Oh, speaking of idols, did I change? I think it's still the same. Minion increase cooldown except for the minor. Fire resistance. Fire resistance. I think this one I need. Fire. Resistance. Did I choose the right fire resistance here? This one. Save. Yeah, here. Oh, I forgot to add this on. I'm trying to. I think I don't know what. I can't find the. Say, refracted. Refract. Somehow there's no condition yet for the altar. I think because this is a drop from. I think that we can purchase this from the NPC plus a drop from the Omen. I think there's no affixes yet that we can choose. I can't find it here. But we can only find the type of a subtype of an altar, which is the carcinized altar here. I didn't set any rarity yet because I don't know how rare this altar is. And speaking of this idol altar, golden. Save. Let me go back. Demolition, mage. Maybe let's add idol. Carcinized altar. Yep. Okay. I think that's pretty much it for the skeleton rogues and then the filter that I have. Let me double check one more time to ensure that I really updated, especially the bow thing. Oh, where's that? Sorry, not the end game, the leveling that I didn't add. It's only minion melee. Okay, all right. Well, this filter needs to be transferred again. If we have more room now that we have more room on our for one loot filter, now that we can have 200 condition, now we have to add. I'm going to add this on the end game so that we don't have this separate for the leveling. So if we're going to do like this type of build, so the leveling is there, then once you reach the end game, if you're doing now the monolith, then you can turn off the leveling filter conditions. Yep. All right. Oh, good. I think that's the we'll see what's going to happen on season when the season starts. We're just gonna observe how we're just gonna update if there's anything that we need to change to further optimize the build. So let's save this one to ensure that we have one unspent point. Hmm? Ah, okay. Because if we set it to max, then we will have one. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. I think I'm gonna stream up to in the next 20 minutes. Basically, I'm done for the day. I'll have work tomorrow. Where's that? The Deathly Hollows. Now this is where the necrotic spell damage per skeletal mage is going to work. Now the ward retention here needs to be replaced with minion cooldown. We're gonna lose most of our defenses here, just for the sake of reducing the cooldown for the Hungering Souls. I feel like I'm going to invest again on the endurance. Added spell damage while wielding a staff. Death Knights cast Hungering Souls. Using your Hungering Souls tree to basically this one I kind of the Hungering Souls tree that are based on minion counts or mana still apply. Effects within Hungering Souls tree that are based on minion counts or mana still applies and are based on your minion counts or mana. That are based on minion counts or mana still apply. Because I'm not sure about this because of, so if we're going to invest on the Necromancer skill tree, unlike the Profane Oblation and the poison elements from the Skeleton Rogues, this one is scaling the damage from the Acolyte. And we're relying on the efficiency of the cooldown for them to cast the Hungering Souls most of the time. what I don't know yet, whether does the skeletal mages here, like this one, skeletal mage are able to use their abilities more frequently. Related abilities is Necrotic Mortar. This one. So, Forbidden Arcana, this one, you can only summon one skeletal mage. The Archmage can be any type of skeletal mage or Death Knight. Of course, it's good to have like an army of Death Knights, right? Like casting Hungering Souls with... How many projectiles is the Hungering Souls? Calls forth 5 Hungering Souls that seeks out enemies on hit. Deal necrotic damage and then possess the target. Possess enemies take necrotic damage over time for 1.5 seconds. That is short. Cannot be possessed by multiple souls at once. So only one possessed. So there's 5 projectiles. But the Death Knights with Death Blossom. Oh, they change. I remember it's not cooldown. Was it additional projectiles? Or is it this one? I can't remember where was that. Oops, not loot filters. Where is our old... Death Knights cast Hungering Souls with additional projectiles. Hungering Souls has an 8-second cooldown when cast by Death Knights. Death Knights cast Haunt. Now they really cast the Hungering Souls, but it has a cooldown of 6 seconds, down by 8. But this one has extra projectiles, so now they have removed that. So there's no more additional projectiles, so it's just the basic 5 Hungering Soul projectile. Unless I think we can add more projectiles here. Hungering Souls, souls deal additional spell damage based on your maximum mana, but fewer souls are created with each cast. So -2 projectiles, but -2 projectiles, so it will have only 3 projectiles, but spell damage additive is +1 per maximum mana. Not only that, this one plus necrotic spell damage per skeletal mage, and that counts the Death Knights as well. So basically we're using... This is the thing. I don't know if Death Knights is still be better for Necromancer, or we go with a different direction of mastery to incorporate that type of build, like Death Knights Hungering Souls, that will really scale our damage. The best one here would be we're going with Lich. See, there's increase in necrotic damage here. Because the Hungering Souls is not going to scale with the Rite of Undeath anymore. That, I don't know. I'm not sure. Because the Hungering Souls is not a skill of the minion. It's basically our skill. It didn't say... Well, let me check. It didn't say anything that the Hungering Souls is now the Death Knight skill. See, Death Knights cast Hungering Souls using your Hungering Souls tree. Or is it only saying that this is a Hungering Souls using our skill tree, but this one is still a minion, is being recognized as a minion skill? That's what I don't know yet. Effects within Hungering Souls tree that are based on minion counts or mana still apply. Effects within Hungering Souls tree that are based on minion counts or mana. This one, I think it refers to spell damage per maximum mana. Souls deal more damage multiplicative for each minion you have. Maximum 6% times the number of your minions. Oh, I see. I think we don't... Do we need the dread? Do we still need the dread shade? We can still use the dread shade, where the dread shade will be applied to us, and this one will still work. Only... No, I think it's not. Hungering. Hunger, hunger, hunger. Necrotic penetration with possess per stack of damned on you. You are damned when you cast a spell. Damned is a stacking ailment that deals necrotic damage over time, reduce health regeneration by 20. What does it says there? 10% reduce health. Damn has a 2.5 second effects, 20% reduced health regen. This looks interesting. Plus 25 necrotic spell damage. What's the other one? Plus 1 level to necrotic spell skills. Increased necrotic damage. Hungering Souls projectiles are fired in sequence and can all hit the same target but deal 63% less damage, multiplicative with other modifiers. 1% of necrotic damage leech as health. I think what happened here is because the Hungering Souls is like, it does a projectile in a 45-degree arc. So I think there's a chance that some of the Hungering Souls will not hit a single target. Hungering. Offhand. +1 to Wandering Spirit, +1 level to Hungering Souls. Ward gain each second per active Wandering Spirit. Chance to inflict damage on hit with Hungering Souls per active Wandering Spirit. Chance to reveal a Wandering Spirit. If we are going to pair the Marina Souls with the Chronicle of the Damned, I'm just thinking if are we supposed to go with going with Warlock instead. That Chronicles of the Dam only gives the Hungering Souls to, a chance to cast the Wandering Spirits. There is a double benefit if we are going to increase our mana, to increase the multiplicative damage. Sorry, not the multiplicative. Is it the multiplicative? Just the added spell damage. The additive spell damage. When we increase the mana, that will also increase the at 4, 8%, 25. If you have an additional 100%, let's say you have 200 mana, so that will be 200 plus basically 100 on one-handed weapon. 100. Oh, I think 50. Oh yeah, 100 on one-handed weapon. 100 plus 100, 200 divided by 25, so that's 4 times 8, so that's only 32 increased in damage. The thing here is, again, I'm not sure whether the Death Knights is still being considered as a skeletal mage, even though they are now called as Death Knights. That's the thing. Does the Wandering Spirit is being considered as a minion? The spirits wander around, necrotic damage, 4 spirit revealed. Well, that's sad. The Wandering Spirit is not a hit. If we're trying to trigger, like, maybe applying more damp. Spirits can fear enemies in a larger radius. If spirits inflict necrotic resistance, shred, or damn those ailments. Increase cooldown recovery speed. 13 seconds. Now, because of this, the wandering spirits can now inflict damn. Ward gained per spirit. Cast speed, efficiency, cooldown duration. So this one. If we need more minion to trigger this, then we need an army. In order to scale the damage of these hungering souls. I mean, we can still bring... This one is still needed. Symbol Abomination would still be okay. I wonder if volatile zombie, if we will go with maybe one, two, three, four, five, six, and then if we have the 3 vanguards. I think since we're doing necrotic damage here, it will be better to bring the Abomination for the tank to carry the Dreadshade. Anyway, I think I'm almost done for the day. So tomorrow I'm just gonna think whether how we can make this more better. And we don't need the minion critical strike multiplier here. What we need here is more damage to scale the damage of the hungering souls. Basically, it goes down with more minion and then mana. Chance to cast Hungering Souls when hit. You have a chance to cast Hungering Souls when hit, but souls cast this way have a 70% chance to only have one projectile. When you directly cast Hungering Souls, you gain ward. Oh, this is good. You have a higher chance to cast Hungering Souls when hit. Souls deal more damage if you have exactly 3 minions. Does that make sense? That 3 minions? Why it needs to be 3 minions? Because let's just say this is the one I'm talking about, because the Hungering Souls is not a minion skill. So 6. Let's just say you have, say 7. If you have the blight, no, if we're not going to use the Blight of Blachesis, you will have a maximum of 5 skeletal mage. 6. So 5 plus 6, that's 11 plus 3 vanguard, so it's 14. This one 15. 15 times 6, 30. So that's a total of approximately 90% multiplier damage. However, if you have only 3 minions, this is 50 times 3 points on the node. So this is a total of 150% increase in damage. Souls deal more damage if you have at least 1 minion. So if you want to use, now this is also another thing. Does the if you have a single minion like the Archmage, which will become a single Death Knight, but no, it says here if you have at least 1 minion. So you can go more. So you can have 3. But this one, it doesn't say it scales based on the number of minions, but this is a flat multiplier as long as you have 1 minion. So if you have 3, then you can get an additional 50%. Now, why it's 3 minions? So I'm saying, why 3 minions? Because what if the ideal build here is not Necromancer for this Death Knight, but if you take a look on our passive, we only need 5 points just to invest, just to unlock the Skeleton Mage. We can do a Warlock. We can do a Warlock, and then using that Hungering Souls. The thing is, where are the other? Does the Warlock has a better increase in, because Warlock is more on cursing the enemies. The Lich, however, I believe this one, this mastery has more synergy with minions. You and your minions have a chance to inflict bleed, increased damage over time. If you want to inflict damn, shared increased regen, shared spell necrotic damage, necrotic penetration, necrotic resistance, ward per second, increased necrotic damage, spell damage leech as health. So if we're going to go with leech, I believe, does the leech have or is it if you're only using a particular skill that can make you a dual wielder? Is it only a flay? Does the flay skill is only makes you the dual wielding thing? An acolyte who embraced the corruption of their power and uses the magic of blood and death and expands blah blah. 1% of damage dealt, leech as health, spells, and melee attacks deal increased damage equal to your missing health. We can go with Death Seal. You deal increased damage if you have low in life. And we can go with low life using Exsanguinous, again using the setup that I did for the Warlock, Exsanguinous, Last Steps of the Living, and then Experimental Affix on missing health. But we shouldn't have... Is that okay, Leech? Unless if you're going to do a... No, we don't need, I think, the Exsanguinous. What we only need is the Death Seal. This will make us automatically low in life. Do I have to check whether the if the by default if the Lich is a dual wielder? So imagine you have, it's like all of you is like the army of death, right? Like Lich looks like a Grim Reaper. You have the Death Knights, right? The thing is, no, so we cannot use the Abomination anymore. Three Skeleton Mage. Probably instead of, maybe we can, Dread Shade. We cannot use the Dread Shade anymore to us. Maybe it's okay. So Hungering Souls, Mage, Death Seal, and whatever that we can. Have to check. Oh, Reaper Form. So this is also another skill. I think this is this the one that, oh no, it doesn't say any dual wielding here. So yeah, I think Hungering Souls, Mage, the Lich, Death Seal. I'm just gonna look for the fifth skill. We don't need to add one more minion because I don't know if there's anything that triggers the Hungering Souls here besides the... Or maybe we can add the Wandering Spirits if we're going to use that Chronicles of the Damned. So that will be our fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. This is going to be and then with regards to mana, right? Increasing our mana increases the damage, the additive spell damage of the Hungering Souls. The Lich, where is that? I saw that there is a node. Is this one? It's just mana regen. Sorry, it's not maximum mana, but increase in mana regen increases the armor by 50%. Is there a mana regen requirement here? No. No. Boo. I'm gonna check out what is a good. I think that is the play for this build. It's not a minion build for the Hungering Souls, but rather you're just gonna have that group of Death Knights with you. But if we're going to take advantage, I'm just thinking whether is it good to have just 3, or should we bring in our warriors as well? But the warriors are more on poison, fire, and cold, and physical. Yeah, I'm going to check it out. Like, this is going to be an interesting build, like a hybrid hungering. So this is not like a minion, but basically like a a hybrid type of build. Basically, this is not an army. This is a bunch of Grim Reapers. Anyway, we're gonna check it out. So I think well, I'm done for the day. So yeah, on Monday I'm gonna try to check on how I can try to make this bid, and then I'm gonna I think off stream I'm just gonna check what are the new items that I have missed, if there's anything that looks interesting to build around with the Necromancer and the Warlock. So, oh, speaking of Warlock, I think I still need to check and update the Warlock. What is that? The Witchfire, the Damned-Witchfire Warlock. One of the Warlock builds that I find fun to play. So yeah, that's it for me today, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.